It's autumn. Well, I mean, it has been for quite some time, and by the time this video is out, many of you will probably be preparing for Christmas. According to my schedule, this video should be out on the 9th of November, but it's still autumn, so. To get into like the mood of things and also the Halloween mood, because it's currently the 25th, we're gonna read some books. I've already picked out my first book, which is quite helpful, and it's a very popular, more specifically popular movie than popular book, but I haven't watched it or read it, so we're going to be starting off with Twilight. And yeah, ignore the condition of it. I know the spine's cracked, I know it's a bit messed up, but in my defense, it wasn't originally mine. My neighbor gave it to me. She gave me the whole series, actually, like all 4 books, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. I really have no idea. So I'm not going into it blind. I know what it's about roughly, but yeah. Hey guys! Hello. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
Don't leave your wand on the couch, guys. It's Halloween.
Anyways, guys, so it's Halloween, and today, before she came over, I was reading Twilight, which is obviously my current read, and I have been reading this for like forever. So it's been like 6 days. And I didn't make much progress actually. I was like 50 pages in because I kind of had a reading slump and I wasn't really enjoying it either. But today I looked in and I read 200, like around 250 pages. I don't know, but something like that. Because I am on page 378 now. It's kind of boring, low key. I don't really like it, but I'm almost done with it. I think I have like 50, 60 pages left. So, other chapters are kind of long too. This it's I'm on chapter 22, the start of it, and we're almost 400 pages in. So, quite long chapters, I guess. Hi, ignore the state of me. I don't know if you'll be able to see because my iPad, like, it's got a really bad camera quality, but it's the best thing I can record it on. But basically, we stayed up until 4:30, watching the Harry Potter movies. 2, 3, 4, and 5. It was great. I've forgotten how long the movies are. They're like 2.5 hours each. I'm literally just gonna finish Twilight like right here, right now. I can do this in half an hour probably. So I finished it. Huzzah. I just wasn't interested enough. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know if it's because I read a lot of it very quickly. Like literally yesterday, I just breezed past 250 pages. But normally that's not an issue. I can't really say anything about it apart from the fact that I just didn't really care enough. I kind of only liked the romance at the very end. And at the very end, it was very short. But the start was just like boring. Nothing was happening, and that's probably why it took me forever to get through the first like 50 pages. There was actually nothing going on. It was just her going to school and talking about Edward and how weird he was, and like how he was hanging, I don't even know, like hanging around her and then not, and then avoiding her and then not. Yeah. I didn't care. And that's weird because I care a lot about a lot of characters, okay? If you have seen like some of my other videos, I will literally be in tears for like these characters. I just didn't care enough. I'm sorry. So with the writing, it was easy to get through, like it's easy to read, but the story made it not easy to read. Like, you know how I got through so much of it in just one day? That was just because of the writing, not because of the actual story. But it's okay because I didn't actually spend any money on this book. So I kind of have the whole series for free. So I will be reading the rest of the series purely because I already have the books. So if I didn't have the books, I probably wouldn't. How is there going to be a love triangle fitted into this? How? I know it's between Edward and Jacob, but like, it's kind of obvious. There was things happening, but I wasn't invested enough, so it didn't feel like anything major was happening. I hate talking bad things about a book because I it's actually physically pains me to give books lower than 4 stars, which sounds insane. But if you like look at my Goodreads, I think the majority of books are actually 5 stars because I hate giving books low ratings, and sometimes I forget. Like, say for example, it's like a 3 stars. That's still 6 out of 10, and I forget that like a lot. I feel bad giving books less than 4 stars. It's just like a thing. So it's kind of gonna pain me how but I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um to be fair, it's not got like an incredibly high rating on Goodreads. It's like 3.8 something. So that's what I thought about Twilight. But hopefully the next book will impress me more because I hope so. The next book, I've already read every other book from the author. It is a new one. It's very popular. A bunch of people have already read it, so it's about like a popular author, fantasy. I'm very excited for it. Here is my next read, everybody. Yay! This is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. It's her new release. I swear it only came out a couple of weeks ago. I actually did start it last night, but barely. Basically, I read a chapter. Or 2 chapters. I don't know what to say, because I read the first chapter, but there was something before that. It was called Folklore 517. Folklore 517. And that was like almost like a short chapter of its own. And then the next chapter after this is called Folklore 517, the best sidecar in town. But it's weird. You know why? It's in second person. Like, you did this, you did that, you're doing this. The only thing that I've ever read like that is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. They have like you chapters. Basically, what they do is they say, oh yeah, like you did this or I did this, to try and imagine it from like the criminal's perspective almost. And so the you chapters are kind of like from the criminal's perspective, but it says that you're doing it. I'm 20 pages in, basically. I couldn't read much last night. I just found a new way to hide my school badge. I luckily took it from a TikToker, but thank you for the idea. It was very smart. So I'm sorry if we don't have much footage of me reading Alchemy of Secrets, but that's literally because I started it on Saturday and I finished it on Sunday. It was very short, so it was quite easy to get through. And I don't know, just in general, I found it quite easy to read. Like, I read the majority of it in like kind of one sitting, really. Overall, I gave it 4 stars. It's not my favourite of Stephanie's, to be fair. However, I did still enjoy it. So, starting it, I had to kind of remind myself that this isn't set in the world of like Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart, because it's not. It's like, it's set in our world, basically. So it's like a fantasy, but in this world. And they mentioned like Instagram and stuff like that. And I just had to like take a moment to pause, think about that, and then remember it's just set here. And when I read it, I think it was like November 2nd or something. There was like a date where it said like 30th of October 2025, and that kind of like freaked me out a little. Not like freaked me out, but like, do you know what I mean? It felt like weird because knowing that was like 3 days ago, because it's set like around Halloween. The ending of it was kind of a bit confusing because a lot was happening. But I think this is a series, so, and this is just the first book in the series, so it will lead on. And as we all know, well, I mean, I guess it's based on opinions, but the second book is normally the best in Stephanie Garber's trilogies. I know that for Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Ballad of Never After is everyone's favourite, and personally for me, Legendary was my favourite book in the Caraval series. So, no, I just found the ending a little bit confusing. I did really enjoy it. I found, like, I connected with the characters quite easily. It was very fun. I swear there's like 3 love interests. I just had to take a step back. If you have read like Stephanie Garber's books, I do recommend, because this is something, it's something new and it's really exciting. You just have to go into it thinking it's just kind of like a new book. You kind of have to forget who's writing it before you go into it, because otherwise you're going to still kind of be partially expecting it to be like her other series when it's not. Feeling very self-conscious about my hair. I don't, because I wanted to try something new and then I was going to wear a side part to school, but now I'm scared to wear a side part to school because like no one else does. Anyways, so obviously I have to get to school, so that's kind of just my mini review of it, I guess. I did enjoy it. I think it's very easy to read, especially with how short it is. You just have to go into it like expecting something new. My next book is still autumn related, however, it's just one that I needed to get off my TBR. It's been on my TBR for a while, like at least like over a year, I'd say. When I last read this author, because I've read 2 books from this author, and I haven't actually read anything since, and it's been like a while. I enjoyed the other 2 books, but I was kind of skeptical of this book because it had like a genre shift in it. But, you know, if it's on my TBR, if I've bought it or if I have it, I'm gonna read it. So, the next book is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Before, I have read The Love Hypothesis and Checkmate, and I did enjoy them. I think Checkmate was probably my favourite because it was YA. I'm not sure how this is gonna work because it's got she's a vampire and he's like a werewolf. And for some reason vampire is not spelled with an I, it's spelled with a Y. And they're not called werewolves, they're just called wares. So fun. But I think they're in a human world. So I don't know how that works. And I'm not really sure how it's gonna work with her writing style unless she like changes her writing style. From what I remember, it's very like romance and not fantasy. I just need to get it off my TBR. And yeah, it's autumn related. It's more Halloween related, but once I finish this book, then we can get into Christmas. Let's just read. Understand the logic behind this, okay? I locked it in. I really wanted to finish this book, okay? My bus journey is, I think it's around like 35 minutes. I read from page like 310 to like 390. I don't know how. I genuinely have no idea. But I kind of want to finish this book. And one of the reasons why I really want to finish it, it's taken me quite a while. Not like a while, but I started on Monday, it's Friday. And not only is like, I've taken like this week to finish this book, but I haven't been doing any writing as well because I've been caught up on schoolwork. So I just want to finish this, get this done, and then I'm gonna write. Finally, I've missed my book so much because I'm 4 chapters from being done. It's actually crazy. Stick around because I may or may not be making a video of my writing journey. So I'm just going to quickly finish it. I have the epilogue left. And I was actually really annoyed that I couldn't like finish it. It was so close. Okay, so I literally don't even need to stop recording because, like, at a certain point, I kind of need to stop recording because I'm like, okay, these videos aren't going to save. They're going to be too long. It's literally only 3.5 minutes right now. I think I'm going to give this book. I already thought about this when I got off the bus because, obviously, I just had the epilogue left. I think I'm going to give this 2.5 stars. I'll start with the things that I enjoyed because there were some things that I did like. I did really like the characters. I feel like that was something that I connected to quite well. That was kind of one of like the best aspects for me. And also the romance, I feel like it worked out really well. Their interactions were like really, I liked their interactions, honestly. So at the beginning of each chapter, it has like a little like quote, I guess, from the mind of Lo, the love interest. His name's Lo and her name's Misery. It's a bit weird, but we ignore it. We've had worse fantasy names, I think. I don't know. That actually might be one of the worst ones, but we ignore it, okay? And so I think they actually had like a really good like mix of plot and romance. I did enjoy the romance kind of as a whole. I thought it worked out well. However, it just kind of didn't interest me. And I think this might just be like me as a personal thing and nothing to do with the actual book. But me personally, I didn't, and I suspected this would be a problem from the beginning. Because since I'd already read some Ali Hazelwood books and they were just romances, I already knew her writing style and I didn't really get how that would mix with the fantasy genre because I really don't know what to call it. I kind of wasn't all that interested in the plot, honestly. It was just kind of it was just happening and I didn't really care. Don't get me wrong, I liked the characters and I was kind of attached to them. I really liked the friendships, I liked the romance, and I loved Anna, the little girl. She's so sweet. She's my favorite. I didn't actually like the plot. And then again, I think this is just a me thing. I don't think I like the whole werewolf and vampire stuff. I find it kind of weird. I don't know why. I've read so many fantasy books, but seeing this and Twilight both being like not the greatest reviews um in here, I'm kind of seeing a pattern, It kind of eggs me out at times and I don't know why. Mainly the werewolf stuff, okay? The vampire stuff I'm kind of okay with ish. But apart they kept calling Lo like the alpha. And I know technically that is what he is, technically, but like whenever they would say that, I would just don't even. I don't know if Ali Hazelwood has more books like this. I think she does have more, but I'm probably not going to read like any more of these type of books by her. I might go on to read like her other romances probably when I'm a little bit older, maybe like next year or the year after. They're kind of spicy. She has one YA book, and I don't really like that, and I want to read it for like the romance but without the spice, and that's kind of hard sometimes because if I'm skipping a bunch of like so many scenes, I don't even like properly experience it. So I might just wait until I'm a little bit older. In this one, there was a few times where I had to skip. I think it was maybe like 5 times. I just like skimmed it like a little bit. It wasn't like extremely bad, I don't think, but it was just like the odd moment or two where I was just like, oh, bye bye. It's like 400 pages, almost 400 pages. There was like 4 or 5 scenes. I think one of them they didn't actually do anything that bad. I just wanted to skip it because it was kind of weird. Now that my autumn books are done, oh, it fell on the floor. It's Christmas time because it's November, and I'm sorry. I wish I could have like posted this in October, but I just low-key didn't start it until late October. That's it for today's video, guys. Have a lovely rest of your day. You should like, subscribe, comment. I'm very cool. Yeah. Bye bye.